Hello guys, how are you today? Welcome to the Kenya's #1 online tea station. History has yet unveiled one of the most bizarre story that befell one African woman known as Sara Baartman because of her big buttocks and coloring. Sara's life was of hardship. She was born in 1789 in the Kamdabu Valley in the eastern part of the Cape Colony in South Africa. It is commonly thought she was born in the Gamtoos Valley, but she moved there with her family only years after her birth. Her mother died when she was 2 and her father, a cattle driver, died when she was an adolescent. She got into domestic service in Cape Town after a Dutch colonist murdered her partner, with whom she had had a baby who died. In October 1810, although illiterate, Sara allegedly signed a contract with English surgeon William Dunlop and mixed-race entrepreneur Hendrik Caesars, in whose household she worked, saying she would travel to England to take part in shows. Apparently, the contract terms were she would travel with Hendrik and Dunlop to England and Ireland to work as a servant and exhibited for entertainment purposes. She was to receive a portion of earnings from her exhibitions and be allowed to return to South Africa after 5 years. 2 reasons make her signing appear dubious. The first is that she was illiterate and came from a background that didn't write or keep records. Secondly, the Caesar families experienced financial woes, and it is suspected that they used Sara to make money. Sara's buttocks and coloring made her object of fascination by the colonists who presumed they were racially superior. She was then brought to London, where she was displayed to English audience to view her half-naked body displayed in a cage that was about 1.5 meters high. During her time with Dunlop and Caesar, the campaign against slavery in Britain was in motion, and as a result, the treatment of Sara was called to question. Her employers were brought to trial, but faced no real consequences. They produced a document that had allegedly been signed by Sara and her own testimony which claimed she was not being mistreated. Her contract was, however, amended and she became entitled to better conditions, greater profit share and warm clothes. In 1814 Hendrik Caesar took her to Paris, where he sold her to a showman Rowe, a man who showcased animals. After being sold to S. Rowe she was raped and impregnated by him. The child was named Akura Rowe, and she died at 5 years of age of an unknown disease. He exhibited her around Paris and reaped financial benefits from the public's fascination with Sara's body. He began exhibiting her in a cage alongside a baby rhinoceros. March of 1815, she was examined by a commission of zoologists and physiologists and was also painted in the nude. They concluded that she was a link between animals and humans. Thus, Sara was used to help emphasize the stereotype that Africans were oversexed and a lesser race. Her health declined, and she died at the age of 26, of unknown causes. Within hours of death, French scientist Georges Cuvier was granted permission to dissect her. He paid special attention to her buttocks, private parts and brain. After the dissection, her skeleton, together with her brain and external private parts, were mounted on a stand for display at a museum in France. President Nelson Mandela in 1995 requested that the French government return the remains of Sara so she could be laid to rest. The process took 8 years, as the French had to draft a carefully worded bill that would not allow other countries to claim treasures taken by the French. Finally, on the 6th of March 2002, Sara was brought back home to South Africa where she was buried. On 9 August 2002, Women's Day, a public holiday in South Africa, Sara was buried at Hankey in the Eastern Cape Province. What are your thoughts on this? Comment down below, and don't forget to like this video.